David Fincher is not just a filmmaker, he's a craftsman, an architect of tension, and a master manipulator of the audience's mind. Over the decades, Fincher has built a legacy of films that don't just entertain, they challenge, provoke, and leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. But what exactly makes Fincher's approach to filmmaking so revolutionary? How has he crafted masterpieces like Fight Club and Seven that continue to leave audiences in awe? Let's start with his storytelling technique. Fincher loves to confuse and misdirect his audience, purposefully leading them down one path only to pull the rug out from under their feet. This isn't just about delivering a twist for shock value. It's about engaging the audience in a psychological game. Take Fight Club, for instance. Throughout the film, Fincher carefully constructs an elaborate narrative about rebellion, consumerism, and identity. The audience becomes so immersed in the chaotic world of Tyler Durden that the eventual revelation that Tyler isn't real isn't just shocking, it's disorienting. It forces you to reevaluate everything you've seen up until that point. Similarly, in Seven, Fincher toys with the audience's expectations. The story is a gritty murder investigation, but the tension comes from what we don't see. The grotesque crimes are described in horrific detail, but are rarely shown on screen, leaving the audience to fill in the blanks with their imagination. And then there's the infamous ending. Just when it seems like Detective Mills and Somerset have cracked the case, Fincher delivers one of the most gut-wrenching finales in cinematic history, the reveal of what's in the box.
No! You tell me that's not true. That's not true.
Become vengeance, dude.
Nah, she's all right. You tell me.
Become wrath.
Tell me she's all right!
It's a moment of pure narrative genius, one that flips the script on the traditional hero catches the villain trope and leaves you speechless. But Fincher's brilliance isn't just in the twists, it's in how he builds the journey leading up to them. His mastery of pacing is unparalleled. Fincher knows exactly when to slow things down, letting tension simmer until it's almost unbearable, and when to accelerate, leaving you breathless. This meticulous control over tempo is evident in The Social Network. A film about the creation of Facebook could have been dull in the hands of another director, but Fincher turns it into a gripping drama. The rapid-fire dialogue, the cutting between depositions and flashbacks, the score that hums with tension, it's all perfectly calibrated to keep you on the edge of your seat. And then there's his visual storytelling. Fincher's frames are a masterclass in precision. He uses symmetry, lighting, and composition to guide your eye, subtly influencing how you perceive a scene. In Zodiac, for example, the sprawling investigation into the Zodiac killer is mirrored in the vast, overwhelming cityscapes. The camera lingers, often making the characters feel small and insignificant against the backdrop of their impossible task. Fincher also thrives on ambiguity. He rarely spoon-feeds answers to his audience, preferring to leave questions lingering long after the credits roll. In Gone Girl, he turns a marital drama into a psychological thriller, constantly shifting your sympathies between Nick and Amy. By the end, you're left wondering, who's the real villain? And does it even matter? Of course, none of this would work without his iconic collaborations. Fincher has a knack for getting career-defining performances out of his actors. Think of Edward Norton and Brad Pitt in Fight Club, who perfectly embody the chaos and complexity of their characters. Or Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network, whose portrayal of Mark Zuckerberg is as chilling as it is compelling. And then there's the music. Fincher's partnerships with Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross have redefined how soundtracks shape a film. Their eerie, pulsating scores aren't just background noise. They're part of the storytelling, amplifying the unease and tension that define Fincher's work. But at the heart of it all is Fincher's philosophy. The idea that movies should make you feel, not just in the moment, but long after the credits roll. His films resonate because they tap into universal fears and desires. The fear of the unknown, the chaos of human nature, the quest for identity. Whether it's the nihilistic undertones of Fight Club, the existential dread of Zodiac, or the brutal honesty of Gone Girl, Fincher's stories force you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself and the world around you. David Fincher didn't just change movies, he elevated them. He showed us that cinema isn't just about entertainment, it's about art, about challenging perspectives, and about making us question everything. Fincher's work doesn't just stick with you, it haunts you. And for that, he will forever be remembered as one of the greatest visionaries in the history of film.